I was the first Nigerian to take that position. It was a heavy weight on my shoulder. If I failed, I'm not only failing for myself. I'm failing for my family, I'm failing for my country. I woke up every day, with that sense of responsibility that you're carrying a flag. We had to do it differently. We had to do it boldly. We had to do it better than any other person had ever done it.
We know you thought we were done. You thought Leadership Unscripted had packed up and left the building. We're sorry, we've kept you waiting for a bit. But guess what? We are back, and we are better. Leadership Unscripted episode 3 is here, and this time we have with us an icon, a visionary, a man whose name is synonymous with excellence and transformation across Africa. He is a seasoned technology and business executive with over 25 years of experience across the telecoms industry in Africa. Currently serving as Information Technology Executive, Group CIO at MTN South Africa. He has held senior leadership roles across multiple MTN markets, including Nigeria, Cameroon, and Uganda. His career highlights speak for themselves. CIO of MTN Nigeria, Chief Technology and Information Officer of MTN Cameroon, a Harvard Business School alumnus. He specializes in business strategy, digital transformation, IT infrastructure, and business strategy. He's known for driving revenue growth, reducing costs, and leading with inclusion, coaching, mentorship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very own Shoyinka Shodunke. Welcome, Sho.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this honor. It's a great privilege to be able to sit you right here, for us to know the Shoyinka nobody has known, unveiling the Shoyinka that we all love as a household name now. So tell us, what was growing up like for you? Who was Shoyinka Shodunke as a boy? Where did you grow up, and what was home like?
Again, thank you very much, and welcome to my home.
Thank you.
I think that's a very apt question, and again, I must thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Most especially,
thank you.
Leading the CIO Africa as it is right now. It's no longer Nigeria, so congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, sir.
I think for me, growing up has been something which I find very privileged in terms of where I've grown up, the people that were responsible for my growing up, which didn't just include my parents, but I think the whole community around providing those sort of guardrails for me to become what I've become today. I was born in Kano, Nigeria.
Wow.
And if I had the opportunity to choose again, I would actually choose where I was born and the sort of guardrails I had to support me growing up.
Okay.
I had my first educations in Kano, which was my primary school and my secondary school. So I was privileged to attend St. Louis Primary School, which is still in existence, a private school.
Wow.
And to have attended a private school at that point in time was a complete rare privilege. And I think I owe that to my parents, who thought it worthy and ensured that they paid for private education for me. It wasn't something which was perhaps comforting for them at that point in time, but they chose it as a priority and ensured that private education was something I should have at that point in time. I think that provided me the opportunity to attend the federal government college. And by the way, I am the global president of the alumni
Oh, wow.
for Federal Government College.
Awesome.
Kano. Let me tell you something about my primary school, which people go through different sort of pressure.
Yes.
I think my pressure was from where I came from, which was not too privileged at that point in time, and crossing over from where we were living and going into that sort of primary school. You met a completely different sort of people.
Wow.
In that in that school. One of my pressure, things that provided me pressure at that point in time going to school every day was there was this lunchbox. I think people that grew up in my era would actually be able to relate to that. That lunchbox had cartoon characters. It was a metal lunchbox. Okay. I would still love to have one of these, one of those lunchboxes today. Wow. So going up to school every day and seeing kids come up with those lunchboxes, and when they opened their lunchboxes, there was a flask that was set in there, well attached. When they brought out their lunch, they had sandwich, perfectly well trimmed sandwiches, with that layer that you can actually see that it's well buttered. It's either ham or cheese or something in there. And then I was coming from another completely different package. What we were used to was loaf.
Oh my!
And then you see that transition from loaf to perfectly well trimmed sandwiches. I mean, it's still something I still laugh about today.
Wow.
But that was growing up. That was really growing up for me. So I learned and I saw the world through books.
Oh wow!
Yeah. We had a fantastic library, and I found solace in going into the library on a daily basis during break periods.
That's remarkable.
I found peace. I found the world. I empowered myself to be able to meet up with the sort of kids that were there through books. Yeah,
wow.
So that was growing up for me.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that. We won't forget the lunchbox example. I was trying to picture it in my head. And that's really a nice one that you took all the way from your childhood. Yeah. So, latching on to this, were you a tech kid? Were you passionate about technology, computer science, or any of the STEM discipline? What were you obsessed with growing up? I thought I was going to be something in French. So my mom asked me, what would they call me, Mama, what? And I had to just do a switch because I had French in me, my love. Then I had law. I knew I was going to do, but I wanted to layer French first. And she goes, Mama, what would they call me? And that completely confused me. I just went for my friend. So what was it for you? Were you always techie, or what was the obsession for you?
Oh, wow. I think our stories are quite similar, and I think that tells the sort of generations we came from and the sort of parents that we had at that point in time.
Absolutely.
For me, it was... so first of all, if you can relate quite well with that era, you either had to go into science or you go into arts. Yeah. So I went into sciences, and being a first child, I think the pressure coming from most of parents at that point in time when you're in sciences is you have to either become an engineer
or a doctor.
Yeah. So after secondary school, I actually went in to do London GCE as well.
Wow.
Because my GCE in Nigeria wasn't good enough to earn me a university admission at that point in time. So I had to subscribe to do London GCE, which is perhaps one of the best things that ever happened to me, because the London GCE gave me the opportunity to now deep dive further into mathematics.
Wow.
Yeah. Mathematics wasn't my strongest subject in GCSE, but while going into the curriculum for London GCE, I found out that I really enjoyed mathematics, and far beyond mathematics, it was additional mathematics, as it was being called, and so the calculus. I thrived in calculus. I found that out in there, and by the time London GCE came, I was perhaps the strongest in mathematics for London GCE at that year, and I was offered anything I wanted to do. It was my choice. Yeah, based on my scores in mathematics, it was my choice. Just say whatever you wanted to do, and I then had fallen in love with computer. It was computer science. It was just something which was beginning to make inroads then. And I told my dad I wanted to do computer science. And like similar to yours, my dad told me, just go and sleep and then come back the next morning and tell me. Because to him, it felt computer science perhaps was being like a typist, He ran electronic stores. He had secretaries that, were typing and all that. And he didn't see it past that typing in there. So he said, go sleep. And I think the beauty of it was he had friends, he had colleagues that were in the academia. So he spoke to one of his friends, Professor Olagbemiro Timothy, who told him, that's a good choice. And, until then, before he actually gave his nod that, you can go into computer science.
Wow. So that was your first degree?
That was, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, jumping into your career, you started as a systems analyst at Texaco, now Chevron, in 1995. So we want to know, what was that world like for a young Nigerian man walking into an oil company in the mid-90s? What did that environment teach you? So what was it like? The major lessons.
And thank you for that question. Just asking that question now, my mind just played back to the sequence of events that happened before I got into Texaco overseas. So I actually served in Warri.
Okay.
I was posted to Warri as a youth corper. And if you're familiar with Warri in those days, or Port Harcourt, that was where everybody wanted to go to serve. That was where most of the oil companies in Nigeria were situated. So by some stroke of God or luck, whichever one you want to call it, but I see it more as God ordaining my steps. Then I was posted to Warri, and when my posting came out for Warri, I was actually posted to go and teach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was posted to go and teach. And normally, I'm not someone who objects to things, or I'm not that vocal. Yeah, I'm not that vocal. But something just came on me on that day, and I just, no. I spent maybe 5 years, getting this degree. And then it was another form of computer science, because we did operations research.
Oh, wow.
We did operations research in school. And I said, no, I spent this amount of time doing this, and I don't think this is the right posting for me. And for some reason, the camp commandant just heard me objecting to the posting, and she requested to see me. And I said, okay, where do you want to go? While in camp then, before the last day of the posting, I'd had different conversations with people, and Shell was the most popular, but there was this company that just interested me. Yeah? The name, Texaco Overseas, perhaps just the overseas part of it. Yeah? And I just told her, Texaco Overseas.
Wow.
And she gave me a caution that if they reject you there, don't come back. I said, yes, I'll take my chances.
Wow.
And that was how they took the first letter, ripped it off and wrote me a new posting, said, okay, go back, go to Texaco. And off we went that evening. Everybody left camp that day, racing from the local government where we were, racing to Warri, because now it's a game of who gets there first.
Wow. Wow.
So I got there in the evening, but then they are shut down and we had to come back in the morning. So getting back to Texaco that morning, there was a long queue of youth corpers, and there was somebody there at the gate just ensuring we all don't get in and confirming whether we were actually going to be admitted in there or not. So again, the same story played out. He took my letter, looked at it, had no understanding of what it meant. He said, no, we don't need you here. I said, take this letter. I told him, take this letter, take it inside.
Wow.
Yeah. There were tons of us at the gate there. And by the time he came back, he said, who is that one, the operations research? Said, they want you.
Wow.
You should have seen me strolling amongst the crowd, trying to get myself into.
Wow, the audacity for me, the boldness.
And that was it. And that just got me into Texaco. And I'll tell you something which is really, when I started by saying it was God ordained. By the time we finished service,
the 1 year,
I was on a plane on the way to Miami, Florida.
Oh, wow.
By the time, everybody was looking for a job.
Oh, wow.
I was on a plane.
Wow.
To Miami, Florida, with Texaco. So that's how I started my stint with the
apparently, you did something right. In fact, I feel you're being conservative about how you must have stood out. We'd like a peep into that, because these days, coppers just want to get through the rigors and blow. They just want to get through the rigors of that 1 year, and they want to blow. They want to blow with a soft life, and sometimes we don't even want to keep them.
Yeah.
I would like you to just, in a few seconds, tell us what stood you out. How on earth did you get from being a copper one day and then 12 months down the line, you're obviously going on some internship or some training for you to be going to Miami? So tell us about that experience. I want us to, just a little deep dive.
Thanks. I would go into that. You see, that 1 year for me was a defining period, and it's a principle. Even in this, my new job right now, it's a principle that has caught up with me. That 1 year, I found myself stepping into an oversized shoe, as it were.
Wow.
Because it humbled me. It humbled everything I knew to the point that I always tell myself, you know nothing.
Oh, wow.
So
that's new.
As much as you can, go after learning. So that year for me was a year I had to unlearn whatever I had learned in the university. It was a year to unlearn them and quickly learn, because being in that department meant I had to support people that had been in the industry for years, people that had experiences using PCs, using Lotus, spreadsheets, PowerPoints. We had to support them with the operating systems, which at that time was Novell. It was Novell operating system, because that was even my own first time of networking, of doing network with computers. We were in school, with personal computers, nothing around network operating systems and all that. So that was my first experience in there. And I was really privileged to be in the midst of people that could provide me that opportunity to learn. And day and night for me was about learning as fast as I could. Because when a ticket gets assigned to you, you were being employed as an expert. That was what they employed me as. They employed me as a computer computer support person. Yeah, nobody was going to give you that opportunity to go and learn, or the fact that they understood that you were a youth corper. So I had to get myself into learning really fast. And every time I get a ticket to go and help resolve something or support something, I went in with some sort of fear, anxiety, everything all mixed up, because I wasn't sure of what the problem was or even how to resolve it when I got to the place in there. So whatever I'd learned is what I depended on. And funny enough, that thing taught me the need to always ensure you're one step ahead. Learning. And by the time I finished, everybody saw it in me that this kid, this is a rare one. This is
wow.
And by the time the year was over, I was the only youth corper. Yeah, moved straight away from the youth
to regular employment.
To regular employment in there.
This is amazing. I'm really, really inspired by this. It's like you were a pioneer in that space. Very unusual story. Thank you for sharing with us.
Okay.
So we're going to go into the year 2001. Mm-hmm. That year was really a significant one, not only for you, but for us as a nation, Nigeria. So obviously you moved right from Texaco to MTN when MTN was just coming to Nigeria, and you are an MTN story, obviously. So tell us, what was it like to be inside a company that was literally building the country's mobile network from the scratch? How was that?
Wow, I think this interview has just given me the opportunity to reflect back at my story. Yeah. So 2001, fast forward actually for the purpose of this interview.
Okay.
Is the telcos or the telecommunication companies were just coming into Nigeria. They had just all gotten their licenses back then. And as luck would have it for me then was the fact that Texaco was being engulfed by Chevron.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a severance package that they brought out in 2001. Now, that severance package was to ensure that during that process of the merger between Texaco and Chevron, they gave the people that wanted to leave the opportunity to leave. But if you know about these separation packages, they don't target the people that were sort of very competent, or the organization still had a need for. They bring it out to target people that were at the prime, that were close to their retirement.
Okay.
But, I saw that as an opportunity because the telcos were in town. The telecommunication companies were in town then, and they were looking for people with experience. Yeah. So I opted for the severance package.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got employment. So it was like eating my cake and at the same time.
I like that.
Same time having it. So I took that severance, and that same, just a couple of months after, I moved into MTN. It was a difficult move.
Oh, really?
I remember my dad. He was just reminding my wife recently that when I made that decision, everything inside him screamed. He couldn't relate to it because this was their pride.
Oh wow!
They had a son in the oil industry. Yeah, they had a son in the I mean, that was their bragging rights, you know, to their friends and to their colleagues. And then he's leaving this industry to an unknown industry. I mean, the telcos were practically new. Nobody knew where they were going. Yeah, but I think with support from my wife, because we were just newly married, and we just had our son just back then. You know, she gave me the encouragement. You know, yeah, let's go for it, and that's how I went for it.
Oh, wow.
The oil company was for people that had worked in there. You get spoiled. They spoil you silly. Yeah. I mean, my first salary in the oil industry, I didn't believe people they paid those sort of salaries in Nigeria. You know, I didn't know what to do with it. You know, for the life of me. Yeah. I think for me, looking back, it was the best decision I made, or one of the best decisions I made in my career.
That's beautiful. Thank you for revealing that. So now you spent better part of 2 decades inside MTN, but across completely different countries. Nigeria, Zambia, Uganda, Cameroon. You know, most people find one place, one role, one comfort zone and stay there. Although you have challenged that from what you've said, but you've kept moving. How did all of that transitioning, the packing up, the starting over, the learning new rooms, how did all of this shape the leader you are today? And honestly, what did it cost you? So how did it? And I have a feeling that it must have cost you something.
I'm glad you added that part of price to it, because there's actually a cost to it. But we'll get to the cost later on. MTN is a unique organization. Yeah? It's an organization that provides you the world. Yeah? It gives you that opportunity to see the world, to actually not just see the world, but to be at the peak of your career. But you must also be ready to pay that price. So it's an organization where if your strategies align, yeah, then honestly the world is at your feet. In 2007, when I got my first expert position, which was moving from Nigeria, moving to Zambia as the CIO in Zambia, I had moved positions from being a systems analyst to become a manager, and within a few months, you know, I moved from being a manager to a senior manager. I was perhaps one of the first to have moved to be a senior manager at that point in time, at that year, that 2007, because when MTN started, they were mainly expatriates. Yeah, so a lot of expatriates had been brought in, you know, with the skills required to actually accelerate this organization. So you needed those experts in there. And to ensure that the cost, yeah, they keep to the cost, they needed to ensure that those skills are passed to the locals. Yeah, so
absolutely.
Yeah, I being one of the local people employed in there, we were the ones that the skills had to be passed to, but you had to be ready to take those skills and take them really fast, because the organization was growing really, really fast. So I had moved to become a senior manager in IT then, and for some reason, somebody just mentioned my name somewhere. Up till today, I don't know who it was, but I just got a call from Zambia that, look, someone is recommending you to come over to Zambia. Would you want to come over and see? And that's how I went on my first look and see, just to assess the country and see if I really would love to go there. And I went in and I loved it. And that was how I started with MTN Zambia. And together with the family, we all moved to Zambia, and we had a fantastic time in Zambia. That gave me my first opportunity to understand that leadership requires you understanding cultures as well. You cannot take your leadership experience from Nigeria and take it verbatim and go and implement in another country. You had to completely re-look at it in the form of the cultures that obtain wherever you're going, and remold that your leadership to be able to suit the people that you're going to manage in there. So Zambia gave me that first opportunity to learn and to be able to manage people within a completely different context of the culture in there. And I had a fantastic time in Zambia. I think a number of things that I did, because it was a tier 3 country, you could experiment a lot in there. So that gave me that opportunity there. And after 4 years, we started what was called the hub, which was supposed to look after 5 different countries within that region and manage them from Uganda. So I was one of the first people, or first leadership within that hub. So I moved to Uganda, and that by then it was getting to, it was taking a toll on the family themselves, because they had moved from Nigeria. They were in England when I moved to Zambia. They moved back to Zambia with me, and then I was going to Uganda again, and they needed some stability at that point in time. So to your point on the cost. That was one of the sort of costs that you would have to pay, I had to pay. So the family moved back to England. I moved to Uganda. My stay in Uganda was a bit short. It was about a year and a half or so before I was called back to Nigeria. I had to move back to Nigeria for challenges that they had around an area which perhaps, putting it humbly, I know so well. And it's that BSS area, the billing, and all that. So they were having big challenges in Nigeria at that point in time. So I had to be called back to Nigeria to try and straighten up at that area. So that I found myself back in Nigeria 2012. I was in Nigeria from 2012 to 2016, where I moved back I went out again. I left the country again, this time to Cameroon. So I was the CIO for MTN in Cameroon. And later on, I had the opportunity to be the CTIO. So 2 technology areas fused together. So I was looking after not just IT, but I was looking after the network part as well. That was a completely new area for me. And it was quite humbling for me, because normally you would have expected them to take the CTO to run the IT, because there were 2 of us. There was a CTO, there was a CIO. And when they were doing this convergence, it was the CIO was the most preferred person to take that position.
Interesting.
And so it was truly humbling. I will tell you, and again, I'm really putting it humbly, not trying to blow my trumpet, but I ran the network even better than the network CTO at that point in time. We won like 4 awards, international awards. Rhodes and Schwartz, best network, fastest network, most accessible. We won 4 Rhodes and Schwartz in my 2 years as in one swoop. We won it in there, and then it gave me that sense that you can actually do this. So to your question around going somewhere else. I saw it that I'd done it in MTN. When the opportunity came for Vodafone And this was Vodafone Group. So I got a call one day from Vodafone Group, trying to find out if I will be interested in taking this role within the Vodafone Group and then being deployed to Ghana. So I said, yeah, why not? This is a completely new area, completely new company. I saw it as a challenge, and I took the chance to go do it somewhere else again, because this was not just IT, this was a combined technology role. So that's how I found myself as a director of technology with Vodafone in Ghana.
Ghana. Yeah. Wow, you just took the question right out of my mouth too. Thank you for that revelation. So in 2021, you came back to MTN Nigeria, just latching up from the last thing you said. Yeah. But this time as the CIO, and here's the thing people may not know. You were the first Nigerian to ever hold that position. Another first for you, Sho. The role had always gone to expatriates. Like you said, there was this huge agenda around the expatriates trying to train the locals. But what did that mean to you personally when they offered it?
Quite an interesting question and interesting way you put it. Look, I think in everybody's career, you need a certain number of things. One is some sort of mentorship.
Oh, yeah.
And people providing you some leadership. I am very fortunate to have had this element in my career. My very first ever introduction into the scale of IT that is being practiced or that you see within this industry, because it is a massive industry. You know, the scale of what you need to support, the scale of what you need to deploy. I mean, it's unimaginable, and the scale of running this sort of operations. I mean, it keeps you on your toes day and night. My introduction to it, was some sort of leadership. It was through some sort of leadership in there where I saw things firsthand in a completely different way. And I think I saw that under the leadership of one of our CIOs back then in my early days within this career. And her name is Jyoti Desai. She was the CIO, the first CIO for MTN Nigeria. I think she took a number of us under her wings, and I think she saw it as something she had to achieve, to ensure that she impacts this sort of knowledge into a number of us. Quite a number of us that were brought up under her. You will see every one of us in different places today, and every one of them really, doing well wherever they found themselves in there. She was tough, really, really tough, but she was sincere, in her strictness and in her toughness. The other person I'd had that has shaped me in my career is the current CEO for MTN Nigeria, and I'll tell you how. He's a very sincere person in terms of his word is his bond. His word is his bond. When I was going to leave MTN Cameroon, he was the vice president for that whole region. So those operations actually reported into him. He gave me that opportunity to become the CTIO. That means the combined role. The combined role. He gave me that opportunity to become that. And he must have seen something I didn't see. And true to his point, or true to his assumption, then I excelled in it. And when I made the decision to say, look, I have another opportunity with Vodafone, I mean, it shook him to his foundation. He tried to, stay, please stay, because he must have sensed it that I was growing perhaps weary. I needed new opportunities, and really I needed new opportunities. And that's why I took the Vodafone. And he said, look, some things were going to happen soon. Stay. I said, when they happen, call me, let me know. But this I'm taking. I'm going on this sojourn. And when he became the CEO for MTN Nigeria, he must have sent to other people, but he thought it worthy to send it to me to say, look, I'm now the CEO for MTN Nigeria, and I would be putting up the CIO role soon. If you're interested, please apply. MTN is an equal opportunity organization. Yeah, but the fact that he still remembered, and notified me that this was going to be coming up, and I took that chance. He called me for like a week. Said, please, this is coming out. This is coming out. Apply for this. I applied for it, and the way these things work, I only met him at the last interview.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would have gone through several interviews, about 3-4 of those interviews, and only met him at the final interview in there. And for me, it was you need people to trust in you. I think he gave me that trust. And it's something I also, when I remember that, I try to instill that in my own leadership style as well, to trust people, to ensure that you mentor people, understand their gaps, and try and close those sort of gaps for them as well. So he was there for me for that.
Mr. Shoyinka, that really resonates with me, that when we're big on people, we trust people, open doors for them, be in the room, be their voice. It resonates deeply, and I know that leaders are listening. And thank you for sharing that. It's just coming out, unfiltered, undiluted, and we're glad that we're having this conversation with you. We're going to take a little leap jump now to talk about other things. When people talk about CIOs across Africa, your name comes up almost immediately. And even within MTN, the respect for what you've built is very clear. But like we say, reputation isn't built overnight. So you want to tell us, how did you actually build it over time? What were the deliberate choices? And what was just who you are? Tell us.
Thank you. Look, I'll go back to, in answering that question, I'll throw something in, which is, everyone is a product of one community or the other. Your values are actually being shaped by, the community that you've actually passed through. I'm blessed to have somewhere to call home, and to have people that love me, My wife is, she's an instrumental part of that, For me to have thrived in this field, she actually has given me, and my family, my children, they've given me that opportunity to go out on a daily basis and know that you have a home to come back to. When I got appointed for this role, there were something that resonated, and you mentioned it. First of all, I was the first Nigerian to take that position. It was a heavy weight on my shoulder. If I failed, I'm not only failing for myself. I'm failing for my family, I'm failing for my country. And I would prevent others from being able to, rise up to that sort of role or to that sort of level, I will be causing that. So I woke up every day, with that sense of responsibility that you're carrying a flag. Yeah. Again, if you look at the leadership of MTN Nigeria, it's mainly like 95% leadership Nigerians in there. So that weight that if I fail, the CEO fails, no Nigerian will be the CEO anymore. No Nigerian will be the CIO anymore. And we had to do it differently. We had to do it boldly. Yeah. We had to do it better than any other person had ever done it. And I think I can say that comfortably now because I've done it and I'm out of it and I can assess and the feedbacks that have come through. Perhaps we led the best and the biggest sort of revolution that had ever happened within IT in MTN. We completely transformed and revolutionized the way it's run today. We deployed platforms. We partnered with other organizations. I mean, we made ourselves accessible. We took our egos down, and today I'm so proud of what we've done. And you see, I always say we because it wasn't something I did alone. Yeah, it was something together with the entire team, and it wasn't like a walk in the park. It was tough. It was really tough. In the initial days, I even knew that I wasn't the most loved person. Yeah, because of the sort of way I went about it, the strictness I went with it, with the strictness that I took into it, the sort of revolutionary sort of changes which were going to impact on some people's careers, but we had to get people that had competence, for the things that we were going to do. But today, if I had the chance to do it, I'll do it same way.
Thank you so much. Everything you've said now, you were being very conservative because you've been credited with helping transform MTN from a traditional telco into an AI-enabled technology organization. Everything you've said now resonates deeply because it speaks for itself. But for someone listening who isn't in tech, our community also, we pride ourselves on the fact that we are non-tech for tech people within the community, and everyone is comfortable learning. Like when I pivoted, it was like, Abiola, why didn't you do this like 10 years ago? But I knew that the next best time was what? Just right now. So for someone listening who isn't in tech, what does that actually mean in plain language? Everything you've described now has transformed a telco into an AI-enabled technology company. But if you are going to tell, because I keep feeling like as you're talking, there's a book in you, by the way. I know you know that. And if you don't, I'm announcing it to the world now. So we come after you. There's a book. I can just see it. So if you are going to put that in your dad's hand, your mom's hand, your aunt's hand, how would they interpret what you have just said? What was the striking, distinguishing factors for you in this leadership journey of transformation?
That's quite interesting. And I'll just pick from some of the statements I've made. So first of all is, if you see my journey carefully, my journey was a journey across different tiers of MTN. Even extending beyond just MTN. There was the oil industry part of it. But it's not something which I just jumped to and I was able to accomplish in one day. There was a phase for learning. There was a journey where it was all about learning before I came to the big stage. So if we look at the MTN one, I was in a tier 3 operation, which was Zambia. I was ready to leave a tier 1 to go to a tier 3 to be a leader in there, but if you come out of that tier 3 to a tier 1, which I was coming from, you're really nothing in the great scheme of things. I moved from a tier 3, I moved to a tier 2. So the Ugandas and the Cameroons were tier 2 sort of countries. Yeah. I left an MTN, which was perhaps the biggest telco in Africa and Middle East. I went with Vodafone, which was big globally. Yeah, but in Africa, it was insignificant compared to an MTN. And the meetings I would have within the industry back then in Ghana, and with my colleagues from MTN, then you could tell the way the way they sort of treated us on the table in there, were quite insignificant. So that journey is a journey where you prepare for the big stage, and you learn from there to be ready to operate in the big stage. I had the opportunity and the humility, the sense that you need to learn, and I put myself in a position to learn. And the other thing is in terms of partnerships.
Okay.
Yeah. No man is an island.
True.
Whatsoever. In this digital era, in this AI era, it's all about, there's no winner takes all. Yeah, there's no winner takes all. It's an ecosystem, and your winning is how you collaborate within that ecosystem.
I love that.
How you collaborate in that. What sort of value, where you define your value within that ecosystem, but there's no clear winner that, I'm going to win and every other person is going to lose. So you need to have that understanding, and that comes from understanding businesses. You need to understand business, you need to understand the processes, and technology is just a tool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like doing a high five, please. Wow. That is phenomenal. You said it. It's indeed the era where you collaborate or you become insignificant. Yeah. You just fizzle out. So thank you for that. Yeah. Now I'm going to jump again. In 2025, you were named MTN Group CIO of the Year, the Tech Champion in Telecoms, and the CIO of the Year Africa at the CIO and C-Suite Awards Africa. Then Pan-African Technology Leader of the Year, and then Executive at Group Level of MTN effective March 2026. Sure, that's a lot of happening in a very short window. What has this last year actually been like for you? Like, for us, it's like, how is it, just within a short window? And again, it's the first. I see you as a pioneer, but what has your thoughts been? All of this have reeled out.
It's been a fantastic year, and I'm really grateful to family, to God, to my ecosystem, my partners. I'm really, really grateful for that. And it's not something which came just out of the woods. It's something out of clear preparation. Yeah. Having this sort of been in the spotlight, it spooks me out as well. Because what next? Everybody's watching what's going to be next.
True.
And it somehow makes me nervous, edgy. Yeah, while it is good, recognition is good. But again, I think it just creates more pressure for me. And I think going into this new role right now, it's something which is going to keep me on my toes. How do I improve on whatever has been achieved?
And you can be rest assured that we're rooting for you.
Thank you.
We'll be there at the corner as usual, hailing you and supporting you in every way we can, bringing the whole army with us. So let's go to a little bit of fun fact as we begin to wrap up now so that we can give you some time back. I know we've taken like 7 hours of your time today. So outside of work, who is Shoyinka? What do you do when nobody's watching and there's no agenda? Tell us.
Very interestingly, I am finding out things perhaps had been very pertinent in my life, but they're just all crystallizing together.
Wow.
We did there was some sort of a survey on personality that was done a number of years ago, and I found out I am an INTJ. Yeah.
Okay.
In that category, and this surveys or the classifications doesn't mean one is better than the other or so, but it's just the uniqueness for me. I found out I was 1% of the world. Yeah, 1% of the world. It's some sort of being introvert, being an introvert. And to people that know me, people that I'm very close to, they think, no, it can't be an introvert. But I'll be outgoing in the midst of very close friends. But take me outside those close friends, I sort of struggle. Yeah, so I love home. On weekends like this, when there's nothing to do, also, I would rather be in Abeokuta. I have a country home in Abeokuta where I find peace, find solace in being there. And we, myself and my wife, we were going to invite certain people somewhere, and she actually struggled in getting like 20 people out of me. And you would wonder, I mean, is this man that is out there, but when it comes to just wanting to be social, it's a bit pretty difficult for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I'm even shocked at that too, because you are visible. I know you're conservative, but I see you like you galvanize the best of the best people around you, and I'm really shocked at this. So I want to take something else before my very last question, then we go into some fun facts. So if you could go back and talk to the young man who just walked into Tech Circle in 1995 as a systems analyst, what would you tell him?
What would I tell myself? I think seeing the way things have turned out right now, there were some decisions I made which, honestly, I step back and I look at it, what pushed me to these decisions? Leaving a tech circle, therefore a telco, which was MTN, taking the option to leave MTN Nigeria to go to Zambia, which was perhaps 300,000 subscribers at that point in time. The books were not fantastic. Leaving an MTN to go for a Vodafone, and then finding it's going to be tough to see what to tell myself, because a lot of the decisions I made were rather bold decisions that actually have seen me where I am today. So I'll tell myself, be bold, be in an environment where they're competent people, which is the analogy of being in the right bus. Just be in the right bus, which is a good environment that they know where they're going. Yeah, you don't have to be the best person in there. Just be with the right people, and they will take you to a good destination. I think that's perhaps what I'll tell myself, just make sure you're in good company. People that know where they actually are going.
Thank you so much. That sounds so strategic because, you know, again, this is going to be all over the world. There's some youth are disillusioned, wrong motive, wrong advice, and, you know, succumbing to peer pressure. But you just hit the nail on the head that, look, be bold, be in the right bus. That's really, I'm going to take that. So we're going to do something fun now, quickly, as we wrap up. The call time was supposed to be, you know, 3 on the dot, but let me just do this quickly. So, no wrong answers. You just want to tell me in 1 second, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Books or movies?
Books.
Books?
Yeah.
I should have guessed. Morning person or night owl?
Both.
Both. Okay. This one I could almost answer it myself. Suit or casual?
Casual.
Casual. iPhone or Android?
Android. Sorry.
No. You're my person. Meeting in person or a call?
Meeting in person.
The last thing you Googled?
The last thing I Googled.
Or ChatGPT?
Okay, so what was it? That I still ChatGPT this morning.
It will come back.
Yeah, but look, it's something I employ on a regular basis. I'm like I said, I'm a global president, so we're writing to the ministry and all that, and just putting it in ChatGPT to rewrite and yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, that means you've already answered. Okay, no, this is good. The thing on your phone you check first thing in the morning.
Incidents.
Wow. This is interesting. And this, I would want you to tell us, if you went in tech, what will you be doing?
I will be an artist, singing, a musician.
No.
Look at it with artists. I mean, they enjoy their job. They're dancing, they're singing. It's a
soft life. Although there's hard work in it. Okay, and the last two, the song that's been on repeat lately.
In my head. So I'm old school. Yeah, so I would say Luther Vandross.
Which one?
So amazing to be loved.
Please sing it. In 30 seconds.
Love is truly being good to me. Not even one sad day. Many that I had since you come my way.
Okay, and the final one, the biggest flex you never say out loud, but we're giving you permission right now.
My children.
Whoa. Show, it's been a wonderful show. A lovely, lovely session we've had with you today, pun intended. Thank you so much for your time, welcoming us to your beautiful home, your family, your private space. It's
so much.
an amazing heart of gratitude on behalf of the entire team here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we've taken a bit of your, not a bit, a large chunk of your Abeokuta.
Thank you so much. And I know how difficult it was getting this time, but I'm really, really pleased we had time to do this.
Thank you.
Thank you.